Okay, so for today's runs, we finished up New Game plus 18. In terms of how they went, extremely solid. The only deaths we had were one on Itchy Finger and Shade, and two on Nestor Spendthrift. Basically, Nestor Spendthrift is absolutely a monster in the late game, but Vampire is just a weak starting ball until you evolve it. Um, any other combos worth mentioning is that Flagellant Cohabitants is a super solid early game character because it spawns so many baby balls and scales really well until the late game since baby balls scale well. Nestor Shieldbearer helps negate some of Nestor's weaker early game, so it's super solid. Even though Shieldbearer has an inbuilt speed penalty, the speed penalty only applies to your buildings and the character's default stats, not Gory Trophy, so it doesn't matter as much at this point in the game. Embedded Repentant and Embedded Shieldbearer are both a bit tricky as they have a bit of anti-synergy with Embedded, but like we mentioned in a lot of the other Embedded runs, you can bank your shots and hit the sidewall if you want to keep balls from not reaching the back line, um, or keep them, bounce them faster back to you for Shieldbearer, so it's easy to work around. And then the others are just really solid. Oh, and Shade Shieldbearer is another one. The speed penalty is bad for Shade, but Shade struggles a bit in the early game, and Shieldbearer being able to bounce back balls that pass through to hit straggler enemies that you didn't quite kill and save you a lot of damage taken is super useful. In terms of the tracker, this wraps up all the Flagellant runs. So we finished 5 characters fully and have the remaining 10 to go, and we'll get into the runs. Hemorrhage. Short bow's really good. I mean, it's less good with Flagellant, but it's still fine. I don't think we need wind at all. Baby Rattle's great. Cell is great. He gives us Magnet almost immediately. There's Cornucopia. There's some form of pass-through. There's Hemorrhage. That's just some extra damage. I think we went Ethereal Cloak as our last passive. Doesn't matter too much though. Yep. That's Spider Queen. And then the second hemorrhage would be good. I mean, it's way overkill, we don't need it, but for fun. This combo is just really solid. It's great in the early game, it's great in the late game. I don't think it's ever not great. Oh, there's Cloak. Oh, I rolled over it. Oops. There we go. There's not even much to discuss about what's going on. Like, it's just such a strong combo. Amazing starting balls, amazing synergy. Pretty hard to lose with this setup. I prefer not fusing, because the side pass-through of Ghostly Corset is actually slightly different than how Phantom Regalia works. Yeah. Extremely easy one. A nice change of pace after our most difficult run ever in the last video. Yeah, baby balls do a ridiculous amount of damage in the late game, and it's easy to scale their damage, not much to say. That's hemorrhage. Wind, hand fan, I guess? I don't know. Ghost is trolling us a bit. That's Wraith, which I might even take before hemorrhage, honestly. Oh god, we're dying. There's Egg Sack, which is good. Oh gosh. Alright, Wraith. V-Sword would be good on this combo. Like V-Sword Bandage roll. Yeah, we have Egg Sack, Wraith. We didn't get Vamp Sword, so I'll just fuse these two. And hopefully we get another Egg Sack or Vampiric Sword. Gem Spring works too. I don't really want Cloak. Oh, Healer's Effigy works as well, actually. I guess we'll take Goblet. I don't know. I think this setup will clear as is, so it's not super important. But it's obviously more fun to be more powerful. There's egg sack. We need that. We can banish some balls. Alright, there's mosquito swarm. There's healer's effigy. And of course, mosquito swarm, hemorrhage. Maybe we can get vampiric sword. There we go. Is there anything else we even want? I think we banished short bow. Obviously it completely doesn't matter, we've already won. I guess just another effigy. That's the fun factor. Yeah, this combo is great. Nestor's really strong, like up there with Tactician. In terms of strong characters that are strong when you get them, strong later. Shieldbearer is also pretty up there. He's kind of better in the early game though. Like he falls off a little bit, just the way damage scaling works. But he's still really solid. Or it's just relative to the really OP characters like Nestor and Tactician. Yeah, basically just CC, hemorrhage. I don't think any of this really mattered with the healing stuff. It was just for fun. We could go for Blizzard. Hand Fan's good. This is a bit of an awkward combo. Or I mean, yeah, the main thing is you don't want to shoot straight back and forth. Like you need to spread your balls. That sounds dirty. We have Cell Blizzard, which will probably carry the early game, and then we just need something to kill the boss, I guess. Oops. Oh, there's Cloak, which helps a lot. Since Embedded's not true piercing, it's just until it hits any wall, not just the back wall. There's Hemorrhage. I guess we can take Upturn Touch it now that we have Cloak. We can take Radiation Laser. I think we'll do Hemorrhage Clone, and then Radiation Laser Clone. Oh, there's Cornucopia. Super duper. We want to evolve that ASAP, so we can freeze everything again. We might die because of taking Baby Rattle. Yeah, that's okay. Fix the problem here. I don't know if we'll have the levels. We might have to do Egg Sac Hemorrhage. There is Clone. If we get another Fuser, we'll be fine. Perfect. The triple Clone Ball build. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird combo, but it's probably one of Repentant's better pairs still, as long as you just don't aim straight up. Unless you're fighting a boss or something, it can be useful there to have that behavior, but most of the time you want to bounce. And then Blizzard to CC early. Hemorrhage to kill bosses. Radiation Beam because it looks nice as a holographic version with Cell. Hand Fin for early stalling. Cloak for pass-through. And then Cornucopia. It's really nice when you have it, but Baby Rattle is pretty troll on Repentance, since you'll never be limited by the number of baby balls you can fire, just your fire rate. Alright, this is our last Flagellant run. I can't foresee any issues. With Flagellant we can actually take one of the flicker setups. I can't remember if Sun sees the last boss or not, because it depends per boss between Sun. Oh, Baby Rattle's so amazing. Yeah, that's a piece of Hemorrhage. Some form of pass-throughs, goaded. I don't think we have any evolutions at the moment. We'll try Sun and see if it works. I can't remember, honestly. I know it doesn't work on Moon, but at least Flash and Flicker, they both hit the owl when it's aerial. Upturn Touch is really good with this combo. And we'd want like Iron Cell for Voluptuous Exact is good too. I mean, this combo is just amazing, so I don't think it matters terribly much what we do. There's Hemorrhage, perfect. I think we'll do Hemorrhage, Voluptuous Exact first, and then Hemorrhage Sun. I could do Hemorrhage Sun Oops. I didn't have all the levels for Hemorrhage. Yeah, the other option would be Hemorrhage, Sun, and then like Voluptuous Exact, Radiation Beam. I can't remember if I banished Poison, though. Oh, I have all my banishes, so we could also do Voluptuous Exact Nuke. We'll try to get that one. There's Fire for that. There's Cornucopia. I don't know if we'll have all the levels necessarily, but because that's 2 additional fusers to make Nuke, and then we need a third to fuse it with Voluptuous Exact. Oh, and we haven't fused Hemorrhage and Sun yet. Oops. So that's definitely not possible, actually. In which case we should go for Radiation Laser. Oh, but we can't make Radiation Laser. Wait the predicament. I could do Frozen Flame, I guess. There we go. Maybe I should have taken Cloak there, honestly. I think it'll be fine either way. Midnight Oil. Oh, it's because I have Sun in the pool. I was like, Frozen Flame works with that, but it can't show up in the pool, but I have Sun for regular burn. Yeah, I don't think this is scaling correctly with passive power, or I wonder if that's just a display issue. But looking at what it's hitting for, I'll look in the code after this. Because it was such an early game staple, Midnight Oil, and then its damage at the end screen doesn't appear to be good. And like looking at the hits, it's only hitting for 80. But if I look at my character sheet, or not character sheet, yeah, character sheet, like the run summary, it says 260 to 430. We'll investigate. Yeah, Sun Hemorrhage. I honestly can't remember it. I didn't even check if it worked on the boss or not while I was airborne. And then Frozen Flame's just a damage amp, but it doesn't work with Hemo, just hit damage. Yeah, we'll do some investigation. And we're done with Flagellant now. Really solid character. Wins, always wins. Crown of Thorns, it's okay. Ideally, you're not getting hit, but it does help you significantly if you do get hit. Wind with laser is fine. And then we probably got to work on like Maggot or Hemorrhage. We'll just have this so we have Wind Laser for the first fuser. Oh, Maggot or Baby Rattle? prefer Baby Rattle since it's more rare. We don't want Voluptuous Egg Sac. There's Maggot. Alright. I think we'll just take this Fuser for levels. Upturn Hatchet is good damage. Oh, I did some testing on the Midnight Oil to figure out what's going on. It only scales with intelligence, not the Heavenly Trophy. There's a bug right now. So if you're in lower NG plus cycles, like 1 through 4, Deadeye's Amulet and Midnight Oil will probably be better than Upturned Hatchet and Wagon Wheel as like the filler items. Otherwise, the percent damage will be stronger, even though it's additive. Like Upturned Hatchet and Wagon Wheel is not 4x damage, it's like 3x damage roughly. A bit less than that because the conditionals aren't always active. So Cornucopia, Ethereal Cloak, Ghostly Corset are obviously the best. And along with Crown of Thorns, especially in lower NGs, it's extremely strong. Vamp Sword, Bandage Roll. And then the filler items, once you have your core build, are pretty much like Upturned Hatchet and Wagon Wheel, or Deadeyes and Midnight Oil in lower NGs. I think here we're just going to take Maggot and maybe level it up a bit. One, two. I hope that'll be enough. Oh, I can only make Sacrifice with that. I guess that's fine. Like Sacrifice Maggot. Or Sacrifice Sun. It's better to have Hemorrhage on Sun and do Sacrifice Maggot. Bandage Roll doesn't work with Shade. The way his firing works, he immediately catches them. We do need that bleed for later to set up Hemorrhage. Alright. Voodoo Doll would work if we're doing Sacrifice Maggot. And then we'll try to get Sun Hemorrhage for the boss. As long as we have Hemorrhage, it's fine. There's Sun. Sun is the less important piece. It's kind of nice. And this time we'll actually pay attention if it hits the boss while it's in the air. I think we're gonna use our Crown of Thorns. Oh, or the blind from Sun is just OP. We need 3 levels to be able to make Hemorrhage, which we don't have, so we'll just take Iron and then the Fuser. Oh, actually we do have 3 levels, so this is Hemorrhage. This one will level them up. Ooh. We might not have enough levels for it. Because that's the last Fuser. And I don't think we're going to get 3 levels. Oh, never mind, there's one more. We're good. So we'll pay attention if Hemorrhage procs while the boss is flying. Yeah, it's definitely getting bled before it landed. And the proc went off while it's still in the air. So I think it's maybe just the last boss. And then instant kill effects are weird. Like Voodoo Doll works on Fungal, but Black Hole does not. There's a lot of like weird niche boss interactions with certain balls and passives. Also, there's certain status effects that can apply to Skeleton King, even though he's immune to most of them. Like he's immune to bleed, but you can use Midnight Oil and that works, even though the fire immediately extinguishes almost, and then radiation works on him. So yeah, Sun Hemo killed the boss. Wind Laser carried our early game, and then this was kind of a mistake, but it worked out. Uh, Maggot in general is just super strong, even before it's fused. And Sacrifice isn't terrible, it's just status effects don't scale the best. Yeah. Wind is really solid, so is Cell. I think Wind's just too safe not to take. Bandage roll's great with how Shieldbearer works. It does require another piece to actually do something, but that's fine. Wind goes with Laser very well. This combo is pretty good. It's just negates some of Shieldbearer gameplay, like instantly melting the mini bosses and gem string bouncing. That's Hemorrhage, which would help us kill the boss. Or mini boss rather, I should say. Wagon Wheel solid damage. That's a piece of flash. Alright, so we have Hemorrhage on the next fuser. Oh, there's Vamp Sword for the combo with Wagon Wheel, and there's Baby Rattle, so we can make Cornucopia later. I don't think we'll need Hand Fan for the boss, and there's Flash as well. Wagon Wheel's okay damage. I think we prefer Cloak, since we're basically using Cloak anyways. I guess we can technically aim at the wall. Oh god. That was a lot of damage. The lag when we walked into it. We have enough levels to make Flash Hemorrhage. That's from Maggot later. Oh, actually, I can't make nuke. I can make radiation laser, but I can't fuse it with cell. Swamp, but I don't. I already have a source of slow. I guess we just go with radiation laser. We can reroll and see if we get Warhorn. Upturn touch, that's really good. Alright, we need to use poison for the radiation laser. X-Hac's good. We can just take Wagon Wheel. We don't need Cornucopia since we don't have any baby ball spawners really. Or I guess we do, we have bandage roll, but that's more than sufficient on its own. Alright. And then we get radiation beam cell. Brood Mother I guess would be the last best option, or second bleed. Brood Mother works. This combo is really solid. It has some downsides compared to regular Shieldbearer, but there's ways to mitigate it. Besides the gem string stuff, you kinda can't with that. And then flash hits him while he's in the air. Easy. Wind Laser carried the early game till we got Flash Chemo set up. This didn't do much, I just have a poison left over, and Radiation's better than nothing. Bandage Roll, Vampire Sword, very strong. Baby Rattle, strong, and with Shieldbearer, the fact your fire rate is effectively halved for special balls doesn't matter. Yeah, not much to say. Should be a free win. Do we need wins? I guess it doesn't hurt us. Upturn touch, it's pretty good. We won't take either of these balls ever. That would be Maggot. We want to get Flash Hemorrhage first. There's Hemorrhage. Slingshot's good, just to help in the beginning. Oh, I don't have the levels for Hemorrhage. That's okay. Baby Rattle would help a lot too. Hand Fan helps a little bit. I'm not the most keen on it. Cloak helps, it like doubles our damage. There's Hemorrhage. So now instead of aiming at the back, we just aim at the front. We don't need a second Hemorrhage. That makes Maggot, so we can grab that instead of Flash for our first Hemorrhage fusion. There's Flash for the second one. I guess depending on the order. Oh, we didn't get the levels in time, and we can't even make Flash. Oops. The last two I'd want would just be Baby Rattle and Warhorn. It does make our turns take longer, the Baby Rattle, but they boost our damage by so much, I think it's worth it. We'll see if we can grab Warhorn here. There we go. I think we'll do Maggot, Hemorrhage, into Cornucopia. Just so our turns are a bit faster. Rather than doing a Flash Hemorrhage setup. We don't have enough levels. to make him cornucopia. We can work on Hemo Flash now. I don't think we need it, but if we have the spare fusers, why not? Oh, my balls are full. I need to... There we go. Oh, we got it. Perfect. That was weird. I guess the balls are still propagating from Maggot and Slingshot, so we could move while dealing damage. So we need 4 levels. 2 levels. Only 1 level remains. We can grab another bleed. We won't be able to make hemo, but it lets us proc on the boss in second phase faster. Yeah, that combo is basically a free win on all stages, all the time. But that's true of a lot of Tactician combos, actually. It just takes a while when you have high leadership. Like, this is fast 9, and we had a great setup, but it's 7 minutes. Part of that's due to Baby Rattle before we made it into Cornucopia, making the fire animation take longer. But it's very, very strong. And yeah, damage-wise, obviously Maggot. Upturned Hatchet is really good with this combo since it's always active. Exarch would have also been really good there. Hand Fan's good. Ghostly Corsets. I think we prefer Hand Fan if we're doing Wraith early. So we just have to get to the first fuser. And then eventually we'll need an egg sac as well. The earlier the better. Like, we can try to get it here. There we go. That's a piece of hemorrhage. I'd prefer just more egg sac levels at the time being to not die. We'll have plenty of time to make hemorrhage once we have egg sac Wraith. We can even do... Our Wraith Mosquito Swarm is like 0 damage. And you can't destroy projectiles is the issue. Ow. We can start working on hemorrhage now. Bottle Tornado is good for the early game. struggle. Wraith levels are great. If we get one more, we have Wraith Exec, which should carry. Alright. I think we'll do something weird. And then we'll have Hemorrhage on the next level. Or Mosquito Swarm pieces. Oh, our balls are getting stuck. And destroyed by projectiles. This is a bit spicy. I think we have our revive left. It might pop though. Slingshot helps. I think once we kill the boss and have Hemorrhage, it'll be pretty smooth sailing. Alright. Now our only wall is Hemorrhage. We're pretty much set. Magnet would have been good there, but it honestly really doesn't matter. We're completely set up. Move 1 to run. It's really broken once you get it going. It's just a bit tricky. There's 3 fusers here. Wow. A magnet's good. An effigy that's not Gemspring would be good. Cloak is good. Then we just want any effigy, it doesn't matter which type, that works. Lag. Yeah, that combo is probably one of the most busted in the game, if not the most busted. Flagellant Nesters on a similar playing field. It just takes a couple fusers before you get OP. But if you get Exec early, it's usually doable, and Moon's the hardest. Moon's not the hardest early game fungal is, but they have a lot of HP if you don't have juice stats. And I'm a few NG cycles behind on trophy bonus. So here's the stats. Wraith and Exec carried the early game with Handfin. And Bottle Tornado actually helps quite a bit, like if you compare it to regular Exec. Extremely solid combo. None of these really do anything. Wagon wheel's okay. That's flash. I think we want to just fish for Hemorrhage. Wind could help us, but I don't think we'll need it. Both of those we'll leave in the pool. Upturn touch, it's great. I think Shieldbearer's early game is strong enough. We can get Flash Emo set up and then pivot. Oh, that was hemorrhage. That was a bit greedy. I have a free ball slot, so I can take some other things. Oh, I didn't hit E fast enough to make hemorrhage in time. That's okay. Prudent Mother's good, we'll have it for later. And start working on the levels for flash hemorrhage that we need. Short bow's good. We can take that, and our last slot will be Warhorn for Cornucopia. Are we going to die to the boss? I could take Hand Fan. Just to live here. No, we can't make Cornucopia, but it should be fine. It's not the end of the world. So we want either sell... I guess Spider Queen works. It's not as ideal as Maggot, but it works. If I have the levels for it. Oops. And then last one will of course be a second hemorrhage. We don't need ghosts or earthquake. Here we go. Everything's in order. I guess, I don't know. Shade has a pretty weak early game, and this helps with that. And it helps you bounce back and hit the stragglers that you might have otherwise missed with Shade's targeting. I wouldn't say it's OP or anything, but it's relative to other Shade pairings, it's good. But there's a low bar. Oh, the bullet hell. We're kind of standing in the wrong spot for it. Ow. Ow. This is pretty rough, actually. Yeah, it's not really good for this part of the fight. We still did it. Yeah, its targeting is really not ideal for that, especially with the half ball speed from Shieldbearer, but it works out. Now we get to play the credits again. Did Did I do this one already? Hold on. I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of it. Oh, no. We're good. Yeah, I guess we're entering the easy part of the challenge. We only died 3 times this video. I don't know, maybe I'll be surprised, like, maybe there's another physicist shade lurking in the ones we have remaining. We'll see. Dark is literally nothing. But, I don't know, Flicker, it would have been better for that last phase for sure to have Flicker over Flash. That was kind of a struggle, but we pulled through. Flash Hemorrhage is, of course, most of our damage since we got this so late, the Spider Queen Hemorrhage. And then Upturned Hutch and Wagon Wheel helped a bit with the early game. And Handfin was just, Cornucopia would have been much better, especially for the last phase of the boss. But we just needed to not die at that particular moment, so we took it. Yeah, see ya.